Hello everyone. So I thought it's just nice to have, I think I'm gonna keep these ears in the car so we can use the superpower of the bunnies and we can do a little bit of bunny show. I'm gonna put this on YouTube as well, but under the hot dog show, because we don't want to start too many things. But I had a beautiful day. I had a very nice training this morning, and when I woke up this morning, I had my coffee, I did all my wonderful things, I went to train, I dropped off my kid in school, but there is something that caught my attention and that I wanted to talk about or briefly touch on with you, and it's something about a good friend of mine, and for the sake of this, let's call my friend Kaino. So my friend Kaino always have very controversial and interesting opinions, and as you know, I'm Italian, right? And my friend Kaino one day came out and said, "Oh, I really fucking hate pizza. I hate pizza, and Italians are just trouble because they oversee pizza, they're in control of all the pizza, and I can never have a fucking pizza without Italians meddling into it, and they are in charge of all the pizza and the tomato, and they decide what kind of meats and how the oven goes and how you're supposed to eat it, and the delivery, and whether you slice it or not." And so my friend Kaino, I gotta say, came out and talked shit about pizza to a certain degree that kind of made me think, oh, of course my friend Kaino is gonna have some trouble, right? And he took a lot of shit, my friend Kaino, from Italians, and honestly I was just like, okay, if you think about it on a very basic degree, my friend Kaino is gonna have trouble if he ever wants to go to Italy, because people is gonna be like, you talk shit about pizza and you talk shit about Italians, and so blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. And that's what my mind thought, right? But then this morning I woke up, I had my coffee, and I was looking at the news, and I saw that my friend Kaino wanted to go to France, and incredibly enough, they didn't give him the visa to go to France. So he was like all excited to go to France, and he packed his bags and he was ready to go, and yet he didn't go. And what he was going to do in France? Oh, apparently he was going to the festival of pizza that for some reason they were doing in France. And long story short, seems like talking shit about the pizza and Italians got in trouble Kaino even with France. So apparently Kaino cannot go to France as of now. And I found it very interesting. Because in a way, like, the whole point of what he was saying was pretty much that, if you talk shit about pizza and about Italians, you're gonna get in trouble. And it kind of seems like that what happened kind of proved his point, right? Because at the end of everything, now my friend cannot go to the festival of the pizza. So I found it very interesting and very intriguing, because it's always kind of like reality conform itself to the situations that you create and the things you express. So yeah, uh, I thought that was interesting, and I wonder how that's gonna develop. Like if my friend Kaino is gonna go and say, "Oh, I apologize to the tomato community and to the cold cuts community and to the pizza community and to the pasta community," and maybe maybe he's gonna go in by the Great Wall of Spaghetti, and he's gonna have some meatballs, and he's gonna do some things, and eventually maybe the things is gonna change, right? Or he won't. So I'm very curious about it, because it definitely seems like Italians, they have a lot of power when it comes to pizza. So we will see how it goes, right? But interesting to see. The other thing that really struck me today was the whole situation with the Strait of Hormuz, and what Trump came out very appropriately on Easter Sunday. He went out saying "fuck this, fuck that," and you open the strait or I'm gonna fuck you off the map, which is very interesting for somebody who ran on the idea that no new war, America first, we are not gonna have troubles or start shit abroad, and yet somehow we have this wonderful situation that he literally wrote he was gonna bomb out of the map, of cancel the whole civilization of Iran, right? And he gave his ultimatum that allegedly he was gonna expire this evening, which is Tuesday. So I was like, oh, I guess I'm gonna be at work, and I'm gonna be closing the store, and I'm gonna be thinking, I wonder if by the time I drive back home, Iran is still a thing or not, right? And I was like, wow, we live really in interesting times, because you never really know whether when you wake up if Iran is gonna be there or not. And I'm like, okay, but we also learned something, which I think I was covering the other day, that it seems like oftentimes our commander-in-chief and president has this attitude where he suddenly changes his mind. And does he suddenly change his mind, or he was playing a game of chicken all along? Who knows? But definitely there is this idea that oftentimes the situation, or I guess it's part of the art of a deal, right? The art of a deal. You guys know the art of a deal? Yeah, it's a book that he wrote, because he's very good at making deals, obviously, this guy. And it seems like that this latest deal actually already worked, or it didn't, because I just saw that they somehow they were back channeling talks, or I guess it depends which way you look at it, right? But it seems like, based on what he said, that Iran contacted them, there were some back channeling, and long story short, is gonna give him a 2 weeks extension to open the strait, right? And I'm like, okay, so I have to drive into work 2 more weeks and fill up my car, and my car went the cost of putting gas went from $50, because it's a piece of shit, my car. It also doesn't guzzle too much gas, so and I really recommend you this car. Is a Fiat, but I know that fix it again Tony is kind of like the running gag, but it's actually a nice little car. It's not like something fancy, but you can drive around, and do all your things, and you can park it very easily. It's a small car. And small cars kind of get anywhere, especially if you're in a big town like I am in LA. It's very hard to find parking, right? Maybe if you live in a smaller place, you don't have all these issues. But definitely, if you live in a city like LA, it's nice to have something that you can park everywhere. But long story short, this car, to fill it up, it would take me like about $50, right? And then somehow my friend Donald decided that I don't know why, because they didn't really explain it why, right? He had to bomb Iran, and now we all have an idea as to why that might have happened. But long story short, it went from $50 to $66. $66 I spent to fill up my car. So it's pretty annoying. And also I was looking like if you actually want to get diesel instead, I believe diesel went to $8 or something crazy like that, $8.50. And what runs on diesel? Well, the thing that run on diesel is like all trucks, right? So all the goods that go back and forth, they're gonna cost more to move. And if they cost more to move, well, what's gonna happen? That the prices are gonna go up, even on the things that needs to get moved. And I don't know, I'm a simple guy. I sell underwear, right? And I can tell you this, I can tell you that just this year I had to change the price of fucking things in that store like 6 times. And why we change prices all the time? Do you think corporate is changing their mind? No, it's because it kind of keeps going up. It kind of keeps going up because if, there was the tariffs, and then after the tariffs, all the back and forth, now there is this issue, and this issue of Iran, of course, causes uncertainty. And beside uncertainty, the only thing that for sure we know is that the price of transportation is gonna go up, right? And the price of materials, and guess what? The price of things goes up. So I can tell you this, that a pair of panties for women went from being a little less than $5 to $8 or $9, like the same pair of panties, right? So now if you go out and you take a girl on a date, and you get to the point, and you like, what is this smell? Well, I guess it's because panties are very expensive now, so people is gonna have to downsize the amount of panties. So that's an interesting thing as well. And yeah, I'm a simple guy. I notice these little things. And I don't know. With Joe, we had the egg council and all that weird shit that eggs were costing, like to make a frittata you had to sell a kidney. And now we have Pantygate. Like, we have all these prices going crazy for all these reasons that we just talked about. But I don't know. The thing that all in all kind of makes me a little bit apprehended, that's what you say, it creates me apprehension, is the fact that it seems like there is people who's making a lot of money with all this back and forth. And I fuck a little bit with Kalshi, like everything is on Kalshi now. You can bet on who says what, how many times. You can bet to what movie is gonna win the best, how is it called, best picture Oscar. I don't even fucking know how they call it, but like, what's gonna be best movie, what's gonna be best director, and I made a little bit of money because there are certain things that are sure in life, like K-pop Demon Hunters. I was like, oh yeah, I guess my daughter really likes it, all her friends likes it, so I guess he's probably gonna win, right? So but beside the K-pop Demon Hunters, there is a lot of people who's making a lot of money with all this back and forth, because it's like, oh, we're going to war, oh, we're gonna wipe out Iran, oh, this is gonna happen, oh, we're gonna do this other thing. And really, I don't think there is in place any system where no one actually check like who's placing these bets and when and how. And I see a lot of people making a lot of money. So I'm just like, how much of this is actually true, and how much of this is actually genuine behavior of back and forth, and how much is actually people just, meddling the waters and fucking things up so that they can make a little bit of money on all these things. So, I don't know. And definitely something that I don't know either, but I can probably imagine, is that there's gonna be the midterms, and the midterms, I don't think anyone thinks they're gonna go really well, right? So most likely than not, is gonna start a whole shitstorm of impeachments and investigations and one thing and the other. And if I can very humbly imagine something, I imagine that one of the point is gonna be that people is gonna start looking into these things, because something that is not really regulated too much is insider trading, right? But I feel like this is more of a low-hanging fruit, because it has the connotation of gambling very more clearly so. And there are two schools of thoughts when it comes to the market, because there is people who says, oh, it's all studying the macro and the micro and the global trends, and I actually organizing my investments, all this forecasting that I'm making based on data. And then there is other people who says, no, it's gambling. And the interesting thing is, like, both sides work on Wall Street, and both sides have compelling points, and both sides make valid arguments, and they kind of coexisted for a very long time, right? So I personally think that a little bit of both things are true, because you are gonna have your own ideas, and you're gonna base them on research and data and whatever your perception of the world is, how you see the world going. And that's honestly the interesting thing about investing, because it's like you can infer a certain degree of ability, right? The same way that, let's say, if you go to Vegas and you play craps or you play the slot machine, there is less of a degree of technical ability involved than if you play poker, right? Poker, by definition, is something that allows you to play cards that you don't have, or portray a little confidence. And now I'm not a big poker guy, but I definitely understand how you can play a certain degree of ability that is not just based off of chance, right? Now, when we go into instead insider trading or placing bets on Kalshi about things that they're gonna happen because you're in the administration, or maybe your uncle told you, hey, why you don't do this for me, why you don't place this bet for me, because I kind of know this is gonna happen, right? Because I work here. I think that's more like shooting fish in a barrel, right? And it's like, you can definitely make a lot of money, but is it fair to the American people? Is it fair to the world population? Is it fair to the people of Iran? Probably not. Probably not. So who knows? I can see how that might become an issue down the line, because it seems like we are going to war and to wipe out countries on Friday when the market is closed, and then on Monday when the market opens, everything is like, oh no, we're in a good place. So I don't know, we shall see. Interesting, right? Very interesting. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on these things. And again, my friend Kaino and his issues with the pizza community. Interesting. But yeah. Alright. Peace and love. Ciao ciao.